Hey Dan, I just got done watching your video, Stop Embarrassing Yourself, and it's funny, I was just having a conversation about with someone earlier about feeling obligated to do things, and I want you to know that I'm choosing to make a video for you, not obligation. It was, I watched your video, then I went and watched the video that you were responding to. And I'm not sure that actually I mean it seriously, I'm not sure that any of the disadvantaged people that you referred to would have really felt, I just don't think they would have felt embarrassed or humiliated by that video. I mean it was mildly amusing, but as they say in Midsummer Night's Dream, it was an old device. But obviously he's trying to be entertaining, and he wants people to watch his videos. So it's like any entertainer, you hit the stuff that the most people will think is funny. And what's humor? Maybe humor is where it allows you to feel a little bit superior to other people. So it's funny, even though I value highly playing soccer well. No, let's actually change that. I value very highly swimming well. Change it to something I'm doing right now.
No, Colleen Preston.
That does not mean that
you really want to encourage her to get a burn?
I value my friend Harold, who's the dean of the College of Engineering, any less because he doesn't swim that well. I can value his attempts at swimming just as well as I can somebody who swims incredibly well. Now, I'm going to be more interested in Michael Phelps swimming than I am going to be in Harold swimming. That's fine. But I don't look down on Harold because he can't swim well. There's probably lots of reasons why, but none of them really matter. He doesn't swim well. That's fine. Where grammar's concerned, as you know, I love words. I love knowing when to use affect and effect. But I often hear, in fact, not only do I often hear, but I often write down when people use misnomers that are funny. Not because I want to make fun of the person, not because itchy back, sorry. Not because I want to use those to point out to other people, how smart I am. Sometimes they're just really funny when they use a word that actually is funny. It's almost like a pun. It's funny and it's completely unintended, which makes it even funnier. Not because the person's uneducated, just because it's a funny misuse of a word. It doesn't drive me crazy. It doesn't frustrate me. It doesn't make me think they're uneducated. It's just, the way it is. It's some people are really into language and some people are not. I do have to wonder, honestly, what it is about that guy's videos that interest you. It's just, it's like,
Good dinner with more fun?
I shouldn't say that guy's videos, because I've only watched that one and maybe the one other when he was talking about how he arranged his books. I think I watched that one too. They were mildly interesting and entertaining, but nothing to create a philosophy or religion from. On that note of things, I saw this the other day. A guy walked into Mugby with this on his T-shirt. You read that? So 2 + 2 = 5 for extremely high values of 2. I thought that was really funny. I actually wrote it down in my notebook. And I talked about it with some of my staff who didn't think it was funny at all. And that was okay. It doesn't make them uneducated. They're just, maybe they don't know enough about mathematics, or they don't understand mathematics enough to think it's funny. Maybe I don't even understand it enough to think it's funny, but I still thought it was funny. I guess I can understand the idea that somewhere in mathematics, philosophically, if you go high enough, that whole numbers really, there's no such thing, and you get into that whole thing like in GIS, there's really no such thing as a map. Well, that's kind of irrelevant when I just used one to get all the way to my cousin's house in Georgia and back again. So for most of us, it's kind of beside the point. So I think that you can both be steeped in something and very educated in something, such that you can find the humor in these things and find the humor, the simple humor, when people make mistakes, grammatical or otherwise, without assigning a value to that person's life because of it. And I think that's perhaps what's frustrating you, because the fact that somebody can't use the correct word at the correct time, even if they're trying to, it just doesn't mean anything other than the fact that they don't know the right word to use at the right time. That's all it means. And you're right, it is mildly frustrating when they're trying to both show off and do it. When they're both trying to show off, and they do it when they're showing off. But those people are no different than anybody else in that they're trying. They're trying perhaps to compensate for their trying to compensate for something. But I guess we all do that. So anyway, it's I don't know what I'm saying. I lost my train of thought. Sorry. I don't know. It's human. It's the way it is, and I certainly can't elevate myself because of it, and I can't. Can you say de-elevate? Am I doing it? Is that guy who made that video going to post me on his next video? That's all right. I don't mind. Unelevate, de-elevate, lower me down.
Are you enjoying it?
So, diminish somebody else's sense of self because of it. So, that's kind of my feelings on it. I still think that's a funny T-shirt, though.
And is that in the spring?
So, but those kind of T-shirts are really aimed towards a very small group of people. So, I probably wouldn't wear it on my T-shirt because, who is that really geared towards?
A video for Dan right now. You want to talk to him?
So, what have I been up to? Swimming a lot. I've increased my yardage. I'm trying to swim at least 20,000 yards a week. Hold on, give me just 2 minutes.
Dad lost 2 minutes.
20,000 yards a week. And I was swimming maybe 10, 12, 14,000 yards. Maybe 12,000. Anyway, because my goal is there's a master swim meet January 30th at Minneapolis that I want to attend, and my goal is to get to a minute. I want to be able to swim a mile in 1 minute 10 second 100 yard pace, which puts me at about 20 minutes 30 second mile. So that's my goal. I currently am swimming. The last 1,000 I swam was at a 1:14 pace, and I did swim 200s, a set of 200s on a 108
supposed to be
pace.
accurate or anything. Because
So
the
now I
music
need to
is
just
supposed to be accurate or anything.
speed up, obviously. So anyway, I talked to the swim coach up at St. Mary's, who, by the way, is getting his master's in GIS at St. Mary's. But he said you need to swim more, and you need to swim more often. So I'm swimming more often, and we'll see how that goes. I've started swimming with the master's group Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday mornings, and then, frankly, they don't swim enough yardage in the morning. I'm only usually getting in about 2,800 yards, so I'm going and swimming another 2,000 in the afternoon. That way to increase the amount that I swim. And actually, it's kind of fun to swim, twice in a day.
I suppose that's one way to find the average Joe on the street.
So that's what's going on. This Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday is what's called the cemetery walk. And in Winona, what they do is they take this old cemetery, this beautiful old cemetery. Ask Carew about it. Tell him it's right next to the stone circle. He'll know what I'm talking about. And what they do is they have 20 different sites, or maybe 15 different sites, 10 different sites. Anyway, and then they have people dressed up in period costume, usually 2 or 3 actors at each set of grave, like at a particular grave site, and they'll talk about the people at that grave site, and they'll essentially start telling stories about whatever the theme is for the year. And they'll reference it to the people whose grave they're standing next to. In this particular theme is healthcare in the 19th century, or lack thereof, and I happen to be an undertaker, so I'm going to take this sort of creepy approach, because, the way I figured is, I'm an undertaker. I love when people die, and I consider myself, I actually use the line, that I'm a mortician, and the word beautician, which is an artist who deals with beauty. I consider myself the death artist, and then I actually start measuring people in the audience. So I'll try to shoot some video of that, and that's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm actually in the Wednesday, Thursday, Sundays, because Saturday is our unit convention here in town. So, all right, man, that's all I got. So, be real, be dead. Oh, and by the way, where's my pen? Hold on a second. I gotta draw something. Hold on. Okay.
What have you been spending it on?
Okay. As near as I could tell, this was the outline of the field that Sarah lined. So, I think that's awesome. I'm not even sure if I'd call it a parallelogram. It's more like an abstract thing. But I think you could draw up some awesome plays to go with a field that shape, because you could actually kick it over the out-of-bounds area. As long as it landed in bounds, you'd still be good. So, yeah, awesome. So, Colleen, what are we in Winona?
Still dead.
Yeah, still dead. We'll talk to you later, bud. Bye.